Hi, I'm Clemens, and this is episode 8 of Life in Lists of 30. I love writing lists of 30, and today I wanted to share 30 things that are not going back to normal after this pandemic. I've written a lot about the impact of the coronavirus and made some predictions embedded in my lists of 30. I'll link some of these other posts in the description. Since COVID, things have changed drastically for a lot of people globally, and I think some of these recoveries will take years to reach bottom. More importantly, a year of uncertainty and anxiety changes sentiment towards pessimism and distrust. Some aspects of our new life will likely not go back to quote-unquote normal. This is what I think is the new normal. 1. Working remote and home offices. Those who are remote now will likely stay remote, which will lead to commercial real estate collapse in major cities. No more foot traffic for lunchtime rush, empty office buildings with expired contracts, storefronts that maintain high rent to prevent devaluation of the residential portion will also be hit by those unable to pay rent, and banks will likely default on mortgages. I think it's a bad spiral. 2. Mom and pop restaurants closing. Restaurants were never really a high margin business. I see a lot of people taking a few years off or relocating altogether. It's run by passion, so maybe there will be better potlucks and cookouts. 3. City exodus by upper and upper middle class. I planned to leave before, but it's more clear now that the space of the suburbs from living quarters to street safety is superior for parents in their 30s and 40s with younger kids. Cities will still survive, but not after a 2 to 3 year long tumble. Rent contracts will be cheaper, a younger population will thrive. 4. Reduced cost of higher education. In general, universities have been too expensive and greedy with people's futures and their own brands for their alumni. The 2020 attendance numbers will likely plummet as online alternatives grow and people take gap years. 5. Online learning. Massive open online courses, or MOOCs, have been around for a long time, but maybe now tech jobs will consider hiring from these pools of self-motivated learners. If your answer to, what did you do during the pandemic, is, I took 10 online courses to hone my mastery, and here's the link to the course completion certificates, then I'd probably hire you. 6. Micro-certifications and boot camps. I think Google gets it here. If you can convince students to take their courses and skim the upper 10% as Google lifers, they will switch up the hiring strategy to a long-term people investment plan. It's a big company and I expect others to hire from graduates of Google University. 7. Factory automation. First, on the supply chain level, I'm sure there will be large investments in more automated equipment and quality assurance testing. 8. High-tech storefronts. Tech setups like Amazon Go with cashierless contact and direct payments will reduce touchpoints. The cost of this tech to implement will go down, or at least be competitive to the longer tail costs of employees and employee benefits. Kudos to PingPod for building out an autonomous on-demand ping pong setup and a lightweight business model. 9. Leaner companies except Amazon. People are usually the most expensive OpEx. I see bigger companies getting bigger, and smaller companies that are able to stay afloat first go lean. 10. Online shopping and ghost stores. I already buy everything online. Amazon browsing is just too easy, especially for home improvement and gadgets. Contactless drop-off is also huge for most places. 11. Package delivery services. There will be continued stress on the delivery market if the USPS is no longer reliable. More trucks on the roads, more potholes, fewer residential cars using gas for commutes, more use of diesel gas, and therefore a faster switch to electric vehicles. 12. Gig workers for delivery. Definitely for Seamless, DoorDash, Uber Eats. I do think regulation for fair wages are around the corner, and the premium for these services will go up. Please continue to tip generously to these essential workers. 13. Electric vehicles. Not just because I love Tesla, but we all know that climate change is the next challenge. Teslas also depreciate less. Automated Tesla big rigs may also maintain a lower cost for package delivery. 14. Home cooking. If you have a YouTube cooking show, you're probably getting some good traffic for dinner ideas. Alternatively, you could just be eating frozen pizzas and chicken nuggets all year, but that does get boring. Try a 30-day coronavirus cooking challenge. 15. Targeted retail advertising. Along with online shopping, I think the algorithms for group-based purchasing recommendations are getting smarter. It's less about showing what I've already bought and more about accessories and mappings to bundles. Discovery of things I didn't know I needed until I bought it on Amazon. 16. Podcasts and the audio medium. It's already an essential part of my daily routine. Better than a music for my workout is podcasting for my rowing. 17. Home gyms, home trainers, and Peloton. Dedicated space has already been established, and I don't think gyms will see the same volume even if they reopen. Since people would have bought a large number of equipment, you can still hire traveling private trainers as an alternative. 18. College sports. I'm hoping this will take a gap year and put new protections in place and pay salaries for the risk of those college sports athletes, but I don't really know too much about sports to make this prediction. 19. Retail trading volumes. Robinhood isn't really going away. Yes, it's become pure gambling. It's addictive, easy to do on mobile, but it keeps you updated to the latest news, and I think the new generation cares a lot more about their finances. 20. Financial reviews and literacy. Hopefully, you also did a pare down of your recurring expenses for some financial stability. The generation living through this will be very conscious of penny pinching. 21. Tech conferences. These online webinars are not as useful for meeting new people, which is usually a point for attending new conferences. The booth experience is gone, and there's no more customized swag. 22. Personal online branding. People have started writing more personal pieces and looking for ways to build more connections organically. I think LinkedIn and Medium have created a reliable moat for professionals doing outreach. 23. Flights out of the US. I think the US passport is officially useless since we're banned from traveling to most places. European flights had recovered at one point. I think tourism for Americans will stay local using cross-country drives or hikes. 24. E-signatures and DocuSign. This should have happened much earlier. I really don't understand why physical presence is needed for signing loans, but what signatures still exist in many states. I'm bullish on e-signature implementations to different legal agreements. 25. Teledoc. Fewer people will go to the doctor for physical checkups and instead use more health devices to do real-time stats. 26. Loungewear and fashion. Comfortable bottoms, comfortable shoes, more washable indoor slippers. I will likely not wear suits for a few years. Hopefully, I keep the same relative weight and build. 27. Multi-generational homes. In times of uncertainty, we consolidate to save money. Move back in with your parents or have them move in with you. I don't think it's easy to kick a family member out if they've already moved in. 28. Drive-in movie theaters. I don't see how large gatherings of people at events are going to come back anytime soon. Hopefully there are plans to repurpose relatively empty parking lots into drive-in movie theaters. 29. Face masks. This is a habit, but I'm hoping there is a normalization of wearing face masks when people feel unwell. And 30. Fist and elbow bumps. Handshakes and high fives are a thing of the past. I've always liked the Japanese bow. On the next episode, I'll talk about remote culture activities. Stay tuned for that on Friday. Shout out to Mike Yaglian for listening to my disembodied voice. Akshay also pointed out that I have been exporting my sound files with a lot of dead silence at the end. I record video at the same time and do a lot of editing, so the video track extended the recording. Sorry about that, it's been fixed. I'm now also publishing this on YouTube, and the video of me reading from my transcript will have links in the description. Music is by Kristen Dye. You can find her on Instagram at Iron and Silver. She has videos of incredible duets and also powerlifting. You can subscribe to the newsletter and see a very transparent set of Google Docs and spreadsheets of this podcasting journey at listsof30.com. Thank you for listening, and I hope everyone stays safe.